What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Cowboys Corner. This is another episode of Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. And last week, great show. We had Danny Savage in here. We had Cowboys blog, OG, Cowboys champ, Cowboys kid. Just a great show last week, and I'm hoping we can just continue that momentum this week on Talking Crazy. Now, without saying any names, a creator blasted one of his call-in guys on Twitter. Not here on Talking Crazy. We won't blast you. We'll be easy with you. We want to hear what you got to say. Daniel in the building. What's up, Daniel? Welcome to Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. As you can see right there, Talking Crazy in the building. Hope everything is going good for you guys. But, man, I don't know who's going to come in today, but I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Thank you for letting me in your presence with another show of Talking Crazy. But Jane Slater broke some news this week. Michael Parsons' fifth-year option got picked up. Dalton Schultz said that the Cowboys, the Star in Frisco, is like a zoo. Man, we got the NFL Combine wrapped up. You know, we got some things to talk about here on Talking Crazy. You guys know the deal. All you got to do is click the link if you want to come in here, and I'll drop it periodically. Once we get going and get started, but hope everyone's having a great day. But let's talk about what James Slater said, man. So as you guys know, I got a countdown on Twitter, _ Cowboys Corner, if you guys want to follow that. And I'm on day 46 of asking the Dallas Cowboys not to extend Dak Prescott. And I mean that. Make him earn his pay, right? And so James Slater came out with, hey, by the way, there's no communication with Jerry Jones and Todd France and Dak Prescott. That's huge, guys. That's huge, because are the Dallas Cowboys going to let Dak play on that $60 million? Or they're going to restructure and push some dead money down the road and then chance an extension with Dak Prescott next year, right? So you look at this and you're like, what are they going to do? Is Todd France not picking up the phone and calling Jerry? Or is the ball supposed to be in Jerry's court because it's a $60 million cap hit and Jerry's supposed to pick up the phone and say, hey, Todd, let's get a deal done? I think the ball's in Jerry's court to pick up that phone and get it done. Dak Prescott and his agent are sitting pretty right now at $59.5 million cap hit. So there's no reason for Todd France to pick up the phone and say, hey, what's up? Unless the only time Todd France is going to pick up the phone and say, hey, we waive our trade clause. Let us get permission to seek a trade. That's the only thing that I can see happen. We got Eshawn in the building joining up right here on Talking Crazy. Welcome back. Just real quick before we get into the big shout out to my daughter. She made me this bracelet. She wanted me to make sure she wanted to make sure I shouted it out before we get too crazy. But Eshawn, let's get into this.
What's
I was
going
just
on,
talking, not a whole lot. Welcome back to Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
Brando, the best moderator in the game, is in the building, but I don't know if you heard this news yet, but James Slater broke the news that Todd France, Dak Prescott's agent, and the Dallas Cowboys have not been in communication at all this year about a contract extension. And I brought up the point of, hey, it's not Dak Prescott and Todd France don't have to pick up the phone and say, hey, let's get a deal done. They're sitting pretty at $59.5 million cap hit. Right. They're sitting very pretty with that.
Right.
The ball's in Jerry's court to pick up the phone if he wants to. Pick up the phone and say, hey, let's work a deal. Are you surprised, Eshawn, welcome back, that Jerry Jones hasn't picked up that phone and said, "Hey, let's work out an extension."
I'm not really that surprised because even when he paid Dak first, and not just Dak, any of the players, if you notice, he has a habit of always waiting until the 11th hour to get it done. And so, am I really surprised? No. Plus, you take into consideration the fucking playoff game too. So there's that aspect of things as well. But I mean, Jerry already paid, gave him that salary. So Dak's sitting pretty, if you think about it. So I don't, I'm not surprised at all. Are you? What do you think? Are you surprised?
Right here. Devin said it right here. Don't think Jerry wants to. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't
Mm,
because
mm,
this is what Jerry did. All right. After
mm.
Jerry signed Prescott the first time, that
Yeah.
massive extension, he
Yeah.
looked at Dak and said, "I overpaid for you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Brian Broaddus dropped a dime that Jerry was actually asking Dallas Cowboy executives, "Hey, is Dak Prescott really our guy?" So
Mm,
Jerry's not a big believer. And check this out. I don't think Jimmy Johnson's a big believer because Jimmy Johnson went on the Miami radio and said, "I'm on the advisory board. I'm back in the loop with the Dallas
mm,
Cowboys."
mm,
But jokingly, he said that. But then he made the point that after that playoff loss, Jimmy and Jerry were on the phone for an hour discussing what to do with three names: Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and the last name is
Dak.
Dak Prescott. So,
Yeah.
what kind of point
Mm,
did Jimmy put in Dak's ear? Because he
mm.
chose to keep Mike McCarthy.
Right.
He didn't convince Dan Quinn to stay, so we knew
Yeah.
where he was at with that.
Yeah.
The third thing, like you said, though, the ninth hour, Cowboys get things done. So
Mm-hmm.
we got to watch that. Great point, Eshawn.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of plot did Jimmy put in Jerry's ear for this not to be done? Because this should
Mm.
either get, if it don't get done next week, and I don't think it's going to get done at all.
Yeah.
If they restructure that contract and they get the 20 million, Eshawn,
Mm.
then we know that the writing's on the wall that they're willing to push that money out to the
Mm.
back of that contract and those three voidable years, Eshawn.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an
So
interesting thought. Yeah, yeah. No, how much are what's the market for the quarterback? Like, is Dak supposed to be paid 60 million, or what's he asking for?
I'm sure if he wants to reset the market and he wants to get paid top dollar, the average, obviously, it's not. He's not going to get $60 million for
Yeah, yeah,
each
yeah,
year,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the average will be $60 million on that contract.
yeah. Damn. Wow.
That's a crap ton of money.
Right. Yeah. Fuck. I would be very skeptical of paying him $60 million.
It's a result lead, right?
That's it. Yeah.
It's a what have you done for me lately league,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I get it. Players think that Dak Prescott is the best thing for us in this moment, in this time. But
Yeah.
here's my thought, Eshawn. I know you missed a couple of shows.
Yeah.
1980 in the house. What's good, guys? The link is always in the chat. It's always pinned, and I always drop it randomly. So if you guys wanna do it, let's do it. The hybrid kickoff. We'll talk on that here in a minute, Brando. Right now, let's see. Jim said, I don't think he goes. I don't think he go pay for him either. He don't think he's going to pay for him either. 1980, the GOAT, the power man himself, right there in the flesh. But no, man. This is the draft guy right here, Eshawn. I don't know if you watched the show last week,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Danny Savage, welcome back. Drop me some draft combine knowledge real quick. Drop some knowledge to the 13 people watching. Who excited you at any position during this combine?
Well, the last day, I'd like to say hello to everybody. Thank you for having me once again.
Yeah.
Last Saturday, we were talking about, I was giving you my predictions for Sunday, because Sunday was the most important day, in my opinion. Sunday was the offensive lineman. After Sunday, I'm convinced the offensive line has overtaken wide receiver for the deepest position in the draft and the most talented in my position, in my opinion. My guy, nobody was talking about him up until Sunday. Patrick Paul, Houston. 6'8", 331.
Mm.
Had the second strongest bench press. Did it 225 30 times. Only
Mm.
one other offensive lineman beat him. And I told you his wingspan was only second to Mims out of Georgia. Mims blew me away too with his athleticism.
Mm.
One thing that scared me a little bit with Mims is Mims looked like he was a power forward playing this year. He looked like he was playing around 300.
Okay.
He weighed in at 340 at the
Mm.
combine.
Mm.
I don't care what you weigh at the combine. I want to know what you're going to weigh at game 17 of the
Right.
season.
Right.
And as crazy as athletic as Mims is, he can put on another 30 pounds and still look lean. That's how much of a freak he is. But he impressed me big time. The whole group, bottom to the top. My boy Trevor Keegan, now they're saying late third, early fourth. I was blowing him up last week. As crazy as it sounds, now probably, you can see 6, 7 centers go by round 3. That's how many centers are going to go.
Wow. Okay.
They
Wow.
blew away.
6 to 7 centers, huh? Man.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's deep. It's
That's
deep.
very
They
deep.
impressed. They impressed the kid Christian Jones from Texas, right tackle. He impressed a lot of people.
Mm.
Bartolione, the center out of Wisconsin, he impressed a lot of people.
Mm.
Now there's another guy I'm not a fan of. I haven't been a fan of him for 2 years. Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. You know what it is? I don't want to be a clickbaiter, come on somebody's show and what's up, Cowboys kid? I don't want to talk about Maserati, Marvin Harrison when we know he ain't going to be at us. You know what I'm trying to say? So I talk realistic. I talk guys who I think they're going to be at our draft position. But Olu Fashanu out of Penn State, their left tackle, forget all his tape. All you got to watch is the last 2 years versus Michigan and Ohio State. This kid cannot run block to save his life. And now I know why.
Mm.
Deuce Vaughn has bigger hands than he does. He has 8-inch hands. No, I'm serious.
Damn,
I'm
really?
serious.
Oh,
His
shit.
hands measured 8 inches.
Oh,
So
man.
before the draft, all college season, this kid was a top 5 pick
Yeah.
in every draft. Now they got him going in the 20s.
Mm.
And I said for the last 2 years, I wouldn't go near this kid.
Mm.
So, I mean, but Patrick Paul, like, he impressed a lot of people. Tyler Guyton did. Uh, like I said, in my opinion, the offensive line has overtaken wide receivers.
Mm.
You know, I just wanted to get that out of the way. You know what I'm trying to say before we go to other positions next week. But there's another kid from Howard. I could say his last name was Dankworth. His last name was 6'8", 350. He impressed a lot of people. A lot of people. He has crazy size. He's he's definitely going to be a day 3 guy. There's going to be this crazy day 3 value with this draft. Oh, why? But the old lineman did not disappoint. I can tell you that much on Sunday.
Well, that's
Well,
good. You need an
well,
offense.
going into it, we knew that the offensive line it was deep. We knew wide receiver was deep in this draft,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So it doesn't surprise me. But how many of those centers have center guard flex, and how many are actually centers, or how many are actually projected to go guard out of the 6 to 7?
Well, if you want to get like technical, in the first round, there's really only 2 true centers, and the 2 true centers are Zach Frazier from West Virginia and Johnson from Oregon.
Okay.
Graham Martin played center early in his career, but then he's been playing left tackle. But they're looking at him as he can play both. Cedric Van Pran, Georgia, he's a straight center. Bartolione from Wisconsin, straight center. So, but a lot of the kids later on, like around 3, 4, they're talking about center guard flex. But I mean, Perfect example, 20 in the 2020 draft, Creed Humphrey, who we passed on. We took who's the corner? Who's the corner? The boss man Fats that he just got a ring with Kansas City. Kelvin Joseph. So in the second round of the 2020 draft, we took Kelvin Joseph, Creed Humphrey, who from Oklahoma, who wound up being an All Pro. He went in the last pick of the second to last pick of round 2. Where this year, by the end of round 2, you can probably see 6 centers versus in 2020 you had 1 center go off the board. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But now you have a lot of more teams that need centers. They're saying the Rams are looking at center. They're saying the Texans are looking at center. Philadelphia just picked up an extra round 3 comp pick. So if we don't get a center early, it's going to be ugly, in my opinion.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And we got 2 guests that just came in here. Cowboys Kid, the regular. And then we got Cowboys Champ, another regular. All right. So welcome aboard to Talking Crazy. You are officially on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. And this is where you get a mixture of obviously we got to keep up with the draft. That's Danny Savage dropping the knowledge. And then we drop the opinions of the opinions, a.k.a. the I think season, as 1980 would say it. Cowboys Kid, how you been?
What's up? So this is Talking Crazy. So I'm gonna give a crazy analysis here. All right. So I believe it came out that Cowboys dropped Tyron Smith, right?
They're not gonna give him another contract. That's correct.
Right. In my personal opinion, I may get heat for this. I don't have a problem with that. Because when you talk about health was never a thing for Tyron Smith. And when we talk about consistency, health never followed him. And that's why, good player, solid vet. But when we talk about consistency in terms of health, it was never there for him. And I think that caught up to him in the end.
No, it did. Yeah, he's at the point now where he's very old. I know Cowboys corner, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, man. We can't deny the talent, but we cannot deny the productivity. My only issue is we've seen the struggles that we've had when we've not had Tyron, but at the same time, he's so brittle that he's only going to play 8 games. It's almost guaranteed he's going to miss 8 games. So I think at this point, man should just retire and get his gold jacket. That's just my opinion. But that's that's what I think. But we're in a tough bind when it comes to the Tyron's position. I think we need to draft at his position at the very least to get someone behind, even if he's going to come back this season. To have someone develop under him at the very least is what I think. So, but I agree with you, man.
I think we all agree with Cowboys Kid, but let me get Cowboys Champ and up in here. Let Cowboys Champ spit the gospel on you, all right? Cowboys Champ, how you been? Welcome. You are officially on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys.
What's up? What's up, everybody? It's Talk Crazy.
Yes, man. What's happening?
Yeah, I did a video a couple days ago about I heard a radio about Cowboys moving Terrence Steele to left guard and sliding Tyler Smith over to left tackle. But I don't know if I'm sorry, not Tyler Smith, but Steele. I don't know if he's capable of playing on that side. And playing I guess he'll be for the running game. I don't know, but that's one of the stories that I heard. What do y'all think about that?
Tyler Smith is going to be moved to left tackle or Terrence Steele?
Well, they said one of the ideas they're talking about doing, if they can't draft nobody like a left tackle or whatever, move Tyler Smith to from left guard to left tackle, and move Steele from right tackle to left guard. So apparently, I think they high on Austin Richards and Bass.
Really? Okay.
to compete for that right tackle position.
Go ahead, Savage.
First of all, I think Terrence Steele was $100 million mistake.
Yes, I agree.
Falls, that's like the same as the Michael Gallup theory. Let's give someone a big contract coming off an injury that we haven't seen play one snap. Let me ask you guys an honest question. If Chase Young did not get traded before we played the Redskins 2 times, how many more sacks do you think Terrence would have gave up to Chase Young? Meaning them twice.
Yeah.
Probably, I think
That was just a mistake giving Terrence Steele $100 million.
Right.
I'd say about 3.
On the Tyron issue, I think he's going to get sticker shock on the open market because maybe I'm wrong, but to learn a new offense, don't you have to practice? Is his new team not going to let him practice?
Right.
How is he going to learn an offense?
Yeah. Right.
So
no one's talking about that.
If you let him practice, what's he going to play? 4 games?
Shit. Yeah. Right. No. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, I think Tyron Smith's going to demand a lot of money because when healthy, I get Danny Savage's point, but when healthy, he's the best in the game. All you got to do, Tyron Smith, is protect that blind side, right? But learning the offense, I get that. Pass protection, I think as long as he picks up the language, I don't necessarily think he has to practice as much because there's just some language in there the play has probably 20 words in it, but there's only 2 words for Tyron Smith. And that's probably grass flat, and then that's his blocking assignment, right? So, but with Terrence Steele, it's a mistake because he got hurt.
Right. Yeah.
It's because Terrence Steele, and I don't know what it is about. A big shout out to Jason Renfro right here, celebrating 16 months of membership. He's saying he's tired of Jerry saying all and doing all and nothing at all. So Jerry's doing a lot of talking, but there's no action taken by Jerry. Usual. But I think, and thank you for 16 months of membership, Jason. I hope you got that shirt in the mail. I don't think I ever touched base with you on that, but I hope you got that shirt in the mail. That Cowboys Corner special, baby. But anyway, Terrence Steele got hurt. All right, and if you look at let's talk crazy for a minute. I'm terrified, and I know Danny Savage made a big point last week about we haven't seen Overshown play it down in the NFL. But I'm terrified at Overshown and Diggs coming back from an ACL underneath the Dallas Cowboy organization. Me and Joe have been talking about this on the Frisco Report for a while, and then the grades came out, and the staff, the facility staff got a F. So that means the training staff got an F. So that means that there's a reason why Jabril Cox fell off. There's a reason why Michael Gallup fell off. There's a reason why Terrence Steele fell off. If you tear your ACL under Mike McCarthy, you're not doing anything for the rest of your career because that's what it's showing me. Go ahead, Danny.
Wow. Well, I've been questioning, and I get ripped on it sometimes. I've been questioning our medical staff for the last few years. In 2020, we passed on Trey Smith, guard of Tennessee, 6 times before the Kansas City Chiefs taking him, and the kid's been an all-pro mauler. Last year, we passed on DeJuan Jones, who wound up starting the first game of the year because Cleveland Browns had an injury, and then he played flawlessly for about 8-9 games, and then he suffered a different injury. So, listen, if you don't want to go near guys with health issues, I don't have a problem with that. Right. But we all know Dallas picks and chooses who they go after with health issues. Yeah. So I've seen 2 monster offensive linemen that we've passed on in the last 3 drafts, yet go on and be successful with other teams.
Yeah.
And now that comes out about our health staff. And now they're saying Dallas is looking at this kid Brooks, Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas, who tore his ACL in November. Come on.
Oh, shit. Really?
And Dallas's surgeon did the operation.
Oh, fuck.
Go ahead, Cowboys kid.
Nah, I'm just listening and observing.
All right, Cowboys champ.
Man, that was a nugget I wasn't ready for, man.
Yeah,
You mean you got Diggs with a big contract,
yeah,
Cox who had high hopes, and yeah, with a knee, and he didn't come out right. Still didn't come out right. Gallup, oh yeah, man, we gotta start questioning that medical staff.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that 100%.
Oh my, man, if Diggs don't come out like he was the past several years,
Yeah,
that's more money being wasted.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree that I am afraid that for Overshawn and Trevon Diggs coming off of those injuries, that does give me cause to pause. I have to agree with that.
And you know what, man? And this go back to the damn culture.
Yeah,
They
right.
go they go back to the damn culture. Jerry
Like
Jones.
like we always talk about, man.
Hell yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
believe?
Trying to save money.
Yeah,
Do you believe Marquise Bell played over 600 snaps at linebacker?
really,
I
I
I
believe it.
believe
Hold
that.
I believe
on.
it.
man.
The snap count came out this week.
Oh
About
yeah,
it's ridiculous. He
Lord.
played over 190 pounds.
Yes, man.
He
Fuck,
played
dude.
over 600 snaps. Come
That's
on.
just fucking good lord.
That's a
No,
joke.
and that's the problem the Cowboys put themselves in, right? Because
Yeah,
you had Overshown tear his ACL, who that was Marquise Bell was supposed to be Overshown's spot. That was supposed to be Overshown. So Overshown went down. Then you had LVE go down, and then
right.
Rashad Evans gets caught with the gun and marijuana, so he gets cut. Cowboys, Dan Quinn rather didn't value linebacker for a while. We had what was his name? He was a longtime Falcon. He just got cut from the Steelers.
Fowler. Dante Fowler.
No. Safety.
Remember him?
Keon
Oh,
O'Neal. Keon
okay.
O'Neal played
Yeah, yeah,
linebacker
yeah.
Yeah.
when Dan
Yeah.
Quinn first got here.
Right. Yeah,
So that should tell. But Damone Clark and Bell was basically our linebackers, and Damone Clark and Bell just got pushed off
they
the
got
line against Green Bay. They got bullied.
bullied big time. Not just
And
against
so
Green Bay. The whole since they really started playing linebacker, they got bullied all season. Like we can go back to the fucking like I don't know at what point Marquise Bell started playing linebacker, but the earliest I saw it was like the where we're getting pushed around the Cardinals game, the Niners game, the
Hey,
Bills.
I gotta go. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
all right.
All right, cool.
Okay.
No, but yeah, no, 600 snaps at linebacker.
Let me tell you, against San Fran, Bell got pounded like a bell.
Oh yeah,
He
right.
got pounded like a bell. And I
Yeah,
said it last week. We have to double down. We have to draft 2 linebackers this draft.
I agree.
I know
No,
I'm
I think we have to.
jumping around, but another name have been heard mentioned is the kid Morgan out of Arizona, the left tackle, if he's there. I'm hearing his name a lot also too. A lot of people are saying they might just go double down O-line round 1, round 2. Or I'm going to be honest with you, at 24, if there's going to be a wide receiver on the clock, I guarantee it. And Kansas City's going to be calling up, trying to come up.
Yeah.
And you're calling me, I want you second and a sixth. Or I'm not going back to that for just a third. You're calling me.
Right.
And the bad thing also too is when you pick at the end of a round, a lot of times you have to take a guy a round earlier than you want to.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to get to you. Now, okay, this is ironic. The Jerry's draft show that's on, they have it on twice a week. If you go to their Tuesday's show, they were talking about Patrick Paul for 40 minutes, saying how he blew everybody away, all the scouts there. And he was even in play now at pick 24, they were saying. He's even in play. But I would go Mims. I would go Mims ahead of him. Stuff to me, and I always thought the sweet spot for Paul was round 2 to round 3. But now he's jumped up so far to like even late round 1. But also too, if you can trade back and grab him, he has a boxer. He has a boxing background, and he's 6'8" and 340. Who does that? Who had a boxing background, an offensive tackle that we had who did pretty good? And I'm not saying I don't even want to mention. I take that back because I don't even want to put this guy's name in the same sentence as Eric Williams. So I'm going to retract that. But he's a former boxer as a kid. The kid Patrick Paul from Houston.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, for sure.
So, well, let's switch gears and do this talking craziness, and let's go to what Dalton Schultz said, the former Dallas Cowboy, now Texan, who just got a 3-year deal with the Texans. Have you toured the Star? Yes or no, Eshawn?
I've been there. Yeah.
Have you toured the Star, Cowboys kid? No. What about you, Danny Savage? Have you toured the Star?
I'm right outside Manhattan.
Okay. So I've toured the Star along with Eshawn, and he said that it's like a zoo because you got kids tapping on glass. But I think that's all up to the tour guide. All right. I think the tour guide, as long as there's a good tour guide, I don't think the players know that there's people touring it, because if you talk to a player, even if the player talks to you, you can't talk back to the player. That was the rules on my tour guide. You could take pictures, but if a player comes up to you and talks to you, he has to come up and talk to you. But if he's at a distance, you can't talk to that player. Yeah. You kick out of the tour. Right. Yeah, I don't even think you're allowed. I think Dalton Schultz over exaggerated this a little bit, just because I've been there. I know the rules of this thing. Yeah. And then there's only some access depending on where the players are that you're gonna get. Like when I did it, it was the day we picked Leighton Vander Esch. I was there at the Star touring it before the NFL draft. We couldn't go in the draft room. We couldn't go on the practice field. Why? Because there were players on the practice field. There's players in the weight room. We couldn't go in there, and we couldn't go in the draft room because there's a draft board there. So there's a lot of rules and restriction to this. But it's Jerry's world, right? Yeah. And tours are going to happen, and they're super cheap tours. If you haven't done it, if you're in the area, definitely do it. It's pretty neat. A lot of history in the Frisco, in the Star there in Frisco. So, what do you guys think of Dalton Schultz's comments? Does this translate into a culture issue? I'll start with you.
Does it translate into a culture issue? Yes, it does. Now, here's the thing. Pertaining to what Dalton Schultz said, I don't see a reason why he should say this now. He's been off the team for a year. Does him no good to say it. So I didn't understand the motivation why he said it. I mean, it doesn't. He got paid too, nonetheless, with the Houston Texans. So I was like, okay, you're almost. To me, it was almost like you're preaching to the choir. It's like, as Cowboy fans, we all know what the problem is, but him saying that, oh, it's a zoo. I've also been to the Star. I haven't toured when the players have played, like during the practices. It's been a long time since I've visited, at least about a year. So I can't speak to your experience, Cowboys partner, with when they are practicing. But just I think really, I mean, what I get from the Star is just the comfort that comes with it, and the the glitz, the glamour, the jewelry, all those kinds of things. That's really, to me, what speaks about the culture more than anything else. But pertaining to what Dalton Schultz said, while true, and while I do think that is a big problem, I just don't see a reason why he said it. It was just like, okay, so the fuck what? I mean, you're not on our team anymore. What the fuck are you concerned about us for, sort of a thing. So that I was kind of like in between both of those worlds. That's kind of how I took it. So yeah, that's really where I was like, okay, you're no longer with the Cowboys. I get it, but it's just like you don't need to really speak on the team. That's just what I thought. That was my opinion.
What about you, Cowboys kid? Do you think it's a culture thing with what Dalton Schultz was saying?
So you know how I think I'm so confused because it's so out of context. For me, it's like swipe. It's like you're on another team and you come and you talk this out of context nonsense. And it's like, my dude, like, what are the Texans not entertaining you? Like, what's you have to talk to your previous team and talk smack about a previous team that you were on and call it a zoo. Is it true? We all know it's true. But I mean, come on now. Are you gonna what was the motivation? Like, were you just
Yeah,
sitting down
exactly.
and
Exactly.
just thought like, oh yeah, that's a zoo? And like, why would you say that in public? But I don't I don't know if he talking specifically about, like, in general of the whole Cowboys.
So the question Pat McAfee asked him was, how was it transitioning into a new franchise? And Dalton
Yeah.
Schultz said he was nervous to go to a new team because he didn't know how it was going to be, because Dallas is so high and so charitable and doing this and doing that. He was nervous about going to another one, how that was going to run. So he said, it's different. I told a couple of guys in the locker room that what happens in our training facility, in our practice field. They're doing tours, and no other league, no other team in the league does that kind of stuff. So he was just elaborating on how different it is. And he was just saying what Cheeto Bay Awuzie said with the Bengals. They
Yeah.
actually focus on football here
Right.
versus the tours, the charitable events, this, that, the home run derby here in the spring coming up. So that's what he was alluding to.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I'll go ahead, Cowboys. Were you wanting to say something?
No, it's Danny Savage's turn.
Go ahead, man. All right.
It was so funny. I think the story came out Tuesday morning, and then I was just watching the Dallas draft show, and they have the glass behind them, and Broadus is talking, and right on cue, like out of a movie, you see 20 to 25 people walk by with the passes, going on a tour. Like, I started laughing. I'm like, yo, you
Yeah.
can't make this up.
Right.
It happens right on cue on a weekday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, it just seems Chris Jones just got $95 million, but that's another story. I just came across the updates.
Hmm.
But it just seems like every player that leaves Dallas really never has nothing good to say.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's
That's
very true.
they I mean, unless they have a chance that they want to come back, but no one really says, "Oh, that's the best place ever."
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I got breaking news here. The Cowboys are prepared to part ways with Michael Gallup in the next week, giving him permission to seek trade. That's
Come
per Calvin Watkins with
Wow.
Cowboys media. So Cowboys are looking to get rid of Michael Gallup. It's no shock. Who's shocked? Raise your hand.
Not at all.
Okay, but the comical part about it, the
Are you
trade,
ready?
you couldn't. A team would not offer a rubber chicken porked 3 times for
Yeah.
Michael Gallup. Come on, bro.
Yes. Preach.
Be of an animal is a
Thank
crush.
you.
He has one leg,
Yeah, man. He can't.
and someone's going to give up a draft pick for him. It's
Man.
comical to even ask.
No, I 100% agree with you. Yeah. Man, the past 3 years, man.
But see now, that's just clickbait. It's we're gonna give him a week to look for a trade, and no one's gonna give you anything
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of just cutting him.
Right. No, I agree with you. No, I mean, these past 3 years, Michael Gallup has been awful, man. Let's just call it what it is. Since he's been injured, he's just not been the same. And I 100% agree with you. Because, yeah, I'm surprised if anyone trades, like, gives up a draft pick for him. I would be very surprised. Yeah.
And especially, why would you give, like, Dallas is bad at poker? Why would you give up a draft pick when you know they're gonna cut him?
Yeah, right. Exactly. No. Yeah, I agree.
Dude, you just took the right words out of my mouth. Cowboys kid, why are you shocked?
Yeah, I'm curious about this.
I think I've seen Dallas. They take these wide receivers like Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, Tolbert as like little placeholders to just like fill in little gaps that they can't find the answer to. I
Mhm.
do want to say this about Michael Gallup though. I think Michael Gallup knows that nobody in the league is gonna fall for his game and his one-leggedness stunt I think that he's gonna stay with the Cowboys.
Hmm.
I don't think that he's gonna, search his options because, he the plane is hitting the landing for him.
Right.
And yeah, I think what I think he should do is um what I know he's gonna do is I know he's gonna stay with the Cowboys. I don't see him searching for another team.
He's not going to get any offers to begin with. I
Right,
really no one like I'll be extremely fucking shocked if he gets an offer. I'll be
right.
very shocked. There's just no way. If the Cowboys cut him, he's out. Maybe he can be a backup, but like I don't see nobody giving him an offer. No.
Yeah.
I can see another team signing him mid-season
Right.
after
Yeah.
a few
Maybe.
injuries, after training camp. A team has some injuries in training camp.
Yeah.
Then they bring him in as a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4.
Right.
But
Right.
but notice, as much as we bash him,
Yeah.
it's not his fault.
No. Yeah.
We paid him.
That's it. Yeah.
We paid him coming off an injury without seeing one play from him.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you think we would have learned anything? No. We did the exact same thing with Terrence Steele.
Terrence Steele. Yeah.
We gave Terrence Steele $100 million when we could have had Orlando Brown Jr. for $60 million.
Right.
But Jerry likes to overpay his guys.
His guy. Yeah.
He won't go out and spend any money on free agents, but his guys, he gladly overpays.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%.
This is where I'm confused with Michael Gallup. I just checked overthecap.com, and if we make Michael Gallup mute up for me real quick, Cowboys kid. There's some background noise coming in. If
thought
you
I muted.
trade Michael Gallup, huh?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I said you got some background noise. Mute up for me.
All right.
So if you oh no, who is that? That ain't Cowboys kid with the background noise. Hold on. Ooh, yo. Oh, it's Danny Savage with the background. Just turn your volume down just a little bit, Savage. I think that's
How
what it
about
is.
now?
Yeah, that's a lot better. I think I think your volume was just too high.
Yeah,
All right.
my bad.
No, you're good. You're good, brother. You're good. It's all learning. We're all learning here. So post June 1, you saved $9.5 million. But if you cut them now, you only save $800,000, and you're looking at $13 million in dead money. And this is coming from overthecap.com.
So if we cut him in June, we would have less of a hit.
Right, it'd be $9.5 million in savings. So if we trade him, we ain't gonna see that money till June 2nd.
Right.
Versus 800,000 right now. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah. No.
So maybe is this like a negotiation tactic to say Michael Gallup take a pay cut? Because right now his cap hit's $13 million.
That could be what it is. I don't know, but I mean, what leverage does he really have? Because he hasn't. These past 3 seasons, he's struggled to even crack 500 yards, like total. The whole season, like I think since the last time he had 1,000-yard season was what, his second season, maybe. I can't even remember the last time he had.
Michael Gallup was a
he's been
beast
the
before
highest
that
paid wide
ACL.
receiver on Dallas the last 3 years.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be what it is, corner. Yeah, that might be what it. I don't know, but
But if you look at what's behind Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, right.
Jalen Tolbert has career 250 yards. Michael Gallup got that in like the first 8 games of his career.
Right.
And Tolbert's sitting on his third year with only 250 yards. I don't like what's behind CeeDee Lamb. And last year, I didn't like what was behind CeeDee Lamb. And that's even with the addition of Brandon Cooks.
No, yeah.
So this tells me, Danny Savage, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Cowboys are really looking at possibly line or wide receiver. Like that's going to be their best BPA, best player available. Will be line or wide receiver. What do you think?
We spoke about this last week. It's very possible the BPA could be a wide receiver or a tight end.
Hmm.
Like I said, all Luck Black Bowers will be on the board. Or Keon Coleman will be on the board, who I compare to Anquan Bolden. I like him a lot. I truly
CeeDee
do.
Lamb's cousin, by the way.
But my issue is, what good is Zach? Dak Prescott when we're scraping him off the ground with
Right.
no offensive line.
Right.
I mean, but can I see Dallas going wide receiver round one? Absolutely, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
100%, I can see that. But
What do you
it's not
think?
something I would do. Then if you do that, if you go wide receiver round one, then you have to go best available lineman round two, round three.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But Danny Savage just said, and LOL, no, we're getting O-line first. I love weed. But check this out. All right? Check this out. If Danny Savage just said there's 6 centers that can possibly go in the first 3 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those centers, obviously, they're falling because they're graded as X amount of talent, right? If the best wide receiver on the board is a CeeDee Lamb type, Mike McCarthy's not scared to draft wide receivers. He's notorious for drafting wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with this addition of losing Gallup,
Mm-hmm.
I like, you know what else is crazy? Because this is talking crazy. If they don't do anything with Dak, I think you're looking at possible quarterback, wide receiver, or offensive line drafting in the first round. Seriously. Because if they're not doing anything with Prescott, you have to build for the future there.
Right.
And so I could see that happening too.
No, yeah.
Oh,
I can see that happen.
listen, I would love a late day 3 quarterback. But now, what quarterback are we getting rid of?
That's
Are we
what I
getting
was
rid of
gonna
Cooper
ask.
Rush? No.
Yes.
Are we getting rid of Trey
Trey
Lance?
Lance?
No.
I don't see it.
Cooper Rush is the guy you get rid of. Because hear me out. This is why. This is why you get rid of Trey Lance. Or Cooper Rush, sorry. Is because you invested a 4th round pick in Trey Lance. You don't want him in the developmental third quarterback emergency role. That was
Right.
last year.
That was last
This
year,
year, you want him to elevate. So, and then you're getting younger at that position versus Cooper Rush. So I think you get rid of Cooper Rush and put a younger quarterback in there in the first 3 rounds, depending on what they do with Dak. Now, if they extend Prescott, then you can keep Cooper and Trey Lance and keep that party going in that quarterback room.
If they're going to keep Dak, I'll go, and there's a monster wide receiver on the board at 24, then I would go wide receiver.
Yeah.
I'd rather go wide. It doesn't make sense keeping Dak and drafting a quarterback and have him sit on the bench for 3 years, 2 years, in my opinion.
Yes.
So, I mean, because that's the purpose of getting another monster wide receiver is BPA. And listen, I can get it. Do you take the 3rd rated wide receiver, or do you take the 7th rated offensive tackle, or the 8th rated offensive tackle? So I can see BPA doing that if we go that route. You know, there's a saying, you don't want to window dress your board, and you get in trouble by not going best player available. But as we spoke about it last week, I could even see them going, if somehow Bowers slips, I could see them going even him.
I really feel like, because I love Weeds making a good point. You need O-line, you need D-line, you need running back, you need defensive tackle, you need a wide receiver now that Michael Gallup's going. You might need a quarterback depending on if you let Dak write out this $60 million. Like, the first 3 rounds of this draft is going to be insane because we know they're not going to make any free agency moves. And we need linebacker. Yes, that's a good point there. VTPS TTTU. That's because, dude, I don't. This is the most craziest offseason ever. It really is. Cowboys kid, what do you think?
Yeah, it's just puzzles. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make a puzzle. You got all these different puzzle pieces, and you have a timer set, and you're trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and you just can't solve the puzzle. That is the story of this Cowboys offseason. We gotta find how to solve the puzzle.
Oh, Martavis Bryant did sign back to a future contract. But OG, you are officially on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. How's your Saturday? What's up? What's up?
Oh, it's going well. Just had a little salad. Just had a little dinner. I'm just chilling right now. What's happening with everybody? What's happening?
Did you hear the news on Michael Gallup?
No, I didn't hear what happened.
The Dallas Cowboys are expecting to part ways with them this week, and they're giving him permission to seek a trade.
Yeah, as if anyone's gonna fucking want to trade for him.
Oh well, somebody might get him. They'll probably get him for a fourth round.
No.
They get him for a fourth round.
Maybe a Madden.
You think someone's gonna want to trade a fourth round?
You probably get a fourth, fifth. Yeah, you probably get that Trey Lance pick back. Yeah.
You don't realize the team who trades for him inherits that $13 million salary.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they'll be okay. Michael Gallup, he was fine until he got hurt. So it takes 2 years to recover from that kind of injury. With constantly physical therapy, those kind of injuries take a long time. That's why I said Diggs, he gonna try to get his butt back out there and play this season, but he gonna mess around. He better be very careful with that leg of his. He need extensive physical therapy. He need to be working on the leg right now. Football season is like 5-6 months away. So, around that time. So you gotta be careful with these injuries. You probably get someone for Gallup though. I can kind of tell that they're going wide receiver, probably third or fourth round. I mean, third round and have a fourth round pick. And maybe fifth round or sixth. So that's what they're probably headed on that. But
we don't have a fourth round.
They go first round with wide receiver. It wouldn't surprise me with this team, even though we need to place Tyron.
Yeah. But I don't see nobody trading, giving up a fourth rounder for Michael Gallup. I mean, no, I agree with you that it takes 2 years to come away from injury, but the fact of the matter is, since he's gotten hurt, he's not been the same player.
Right.
He's not cracked 500 yards the past 3 seasons. So someone giving up a fourth round pick and then eating $13 million for him, I for a guy who can't crack 500 yards in a season, it's shit, man. I don't see that happening.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't see it either.
We'll see how it play out.
Now, check this out, OG. I want your opinion on this real quick. We're talking crazy in here. So there's James Slater reported that the Cowboys and Todd France and Dak are not in communication of a contract extension. Should Jerry pick up that phone and say, "Let's get a deal done"?
We already know his answer.
No. I've seen enough. And time is going. Time is going to tell. With the quarterback position. I mean, the problem with this fan base is the problem with about everybody on the NFL Network, on the ESPN, on the Stephen A. show, the One Take, and all this. They got to understand, man. That the other teams have moved on, like the Packers, like the San Francisco 49ers. And those teams right there have moved on from older quarterbacks. And now the Vikings are moving on from Kirk Cousins. And then now Denver is moving on from Wilson. Everybody is getting younger at the quarterback position because it's less expensive.
Yeah.
You have a guy that you got to understand, train, and that will follow in line with the suit and do basically almost what you want them to do. And if you can tear into his butt, then he will respect you as a coach. I don't think we have that in Dallas. I don't think we have that. We got We got people that just, they throw the ball where they want to throw the ball. They don't care if they throw an interception. They don't care what the other teammates think. I keep hearing he can get it done. He can get it done. He can get it done. And I just keep hearing all these things, but I'm just not seeing all of these things. I mean, that's cool to be 12-5. That's how San Francisco was. Remember when they couldn't beat Seattle? San Francisco years ago, they couldn't beat Seattle. They kept have trouble beating them, and they finally started saying, okay, let's draft the quarterback to get in here that can compete. Then they finally started bringing in guys that can compete, and then they finally put their finger in the air and they put it on the map and say, okay, well, this is where we're going to go. This is where we're going to stay, and we know we're going to go. We need somebody to drive the bus and get us there. Until we find that guy that can drive the bus and get us there, we already got the pieces. We're missing a couple of pieces, but no, I wouldn't extend them. People want to free up some money, but no, I eat everything. That's how I feel.
Now switching gears. Micah Parsons. Cowboys picked up that 5th-year option to the defensive end, cutting his pay $2.7 million. And it wasn't the Cowboys' fault. It's part of the bargaining agreement that the NFLPA and the NFL put together. Because Micah primarily plays defensive end, his 5th-year option will reflect that. You're still on. You're not. I'll meet you. And so, how I don't even know how to word this, but that's what it is. Anybody got any thoughts on the 5th-year option when it comes to next year, possibly that extension for Micah? Is he going to get linebacker money? Is he going to get defensive end money? Do you see Mike Zimmer playing Micah more at linebacker? What are you guys thinking?
Well, for to answer your first question, is he going to get paid like a defensive end? I think so, because I mean, shit, that's what Dan Quinn. That's the sole fucking reason that Dan Quinn was playing him as a defensive end. At least what I saw this past year, given that he was much more. He wasn't really as productive, I guess you could say, in the latter half of the season for the 3rd season in a row. But but do I think Mike Zimmer will move him to linebacker? I think so. I hope so. Now I know Cowboys corner year against him solely playing linebacker, but I personally think, I mean, I'm not saying make him like a fucking just a sole piece there, but move him around is the only thing that I was trying to say. Right? I think have him play linebacker, have him play defensive end, like switch it up, not just one position. It was this is my opinion. I know you have your own thoughts on that, but that's just what I think. But
Danny Savage.
Last year, he only played 120 snaps at linebacker. Micah.
Yeah, exactly.
So they got to pay him like he's a defensive end.
Yeah.
We spoke about it a little bit last week, and I agree with you 100%. I don't have a problem with Micah playing linebacker as long as he's going forward every play. Just move him around like they used to call it the elephant position, then they call it the rover position. Just put him at a different spot each play so the offense can't, game plan against them. And I just want him going forward. Because also when Micah earlier in his career, when we had him at middle linebacker, he used to get misdirections to death.
Yeah.
So as long as he's going forward, that's like having LT. And I'm not comparing him to LT, but that's like having LT and telling him, oh, drop back in coverage.
Right.
I used to shake my head when DeMarcus Ware would drop back in coverage.
Right.
I think we all can agree Micah is better going forward.
No, I agree.
I just want him to be moved around.
Exactly.
And I want him to go forward every play.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Yeah.
So speaking of that, Cowboys kid, what you got? Well, what do you think?
And this is gonna have to be my last one because I'm not trying to get yelled at by my mother.
Okay.
But
I don't want to get yelled at either.
But I agree. I think Micah Parsons. I think he's not a stationary guy. I think you have to move him around. To get him. He's just not a stationary guy. And once we get him moved around. We cut the podcast. We do that. I think he's gonna start. He's gonna start getting more acclimated with with the different with switching from different positions, not staying stationary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, listen.
Cowboys kid, have a good night. Thank you for coming on again, brother. You be safe out there. We'll see you next week if you can come on.
Take
All
it
right,
easy,
thank
man.
Have a good night. Don't get yelled at.
OG, Micah Parsons. Did you catch any of that, Mr. I always leave?
You're on mute, man. My
What you
man,
want to know?
yo, you were on mute, man. What you say?
Oh yeah, I heard you in the background. What you want to know?
What you thinking about old Micah P? Like getting paid as a defensive end. When he gets that contract extension, is he going to get linebacker money? He's going to get defensive end money because there's a drastic millies missing. Getting paid like a DE versus a linebacker.
I don't know. I'm tired of this defensive end stuff. It's kind of pissing me off because he, like I said, I want like everybody else. I want him to come forward too. I want his butt. You've seen in the playoff game that they game plan for Micah, chipping him, hitting his legs, chop blocking him. He was not effective. I mean, he didn't get a sack. His tackles was way down. So
2 tackles. The whole game.
One pressure.
Yeah. Stats don't lie. So I'm about tired of this defensive end crap. It's time for him to stand up and play linebacker like he did in college. We're still struggling against the run. We will find out in more in training camp, and we know what's going. But it's this defensive end crap. This needs to be thrown out the door. Mike Zimmerman, if he wants to try to fix this defense, that's what he need to fix the linebacker spot. The defensive line is going to work its way out by maybe drafting and bringing in some free agents. I just saw that that the Chiefs just signed
Chris Jones.
What there was Jones to a big payday.
Yeah.
So let's focus on the drafting defensive lineman, bringing some free agents in here. Because us getting ran over like that needs to stop. Because I don't trust Clark at all. And whatever money that Micah deserves, I'm really happy to get it. But I want his butt out there showing me he deserved that money. I want to see some tackles. I don't want to see the putting your hands in the air no more. I'm tired of seeing that.
Yes,
agreed. If you're gonna get your call, but don't whine and crying about it. So,
yes.
You know what I mean? So,
Agreed.
You got your money. So, they're going to get more money here in the future. But I want him at linebacker. Him at defensive end doesn't make any sense to me. It's going to be the same old, 4-3. But, we're going to see, man. I want to see him making tackles because I don't trust Clark, because he late to the ball and it's like he's scared to hit. So, I want to see what Overshaw's going to bring. But, it's time for Parsons to put up a shutout mode right now.
No, I agree with that. But Cowboys corner, before you go, man, I have a question for you, man. Like I know that you're against Micah playing linebacker. So let me ask you this, because you, as well as I, have referred to the fact that down the stretch of these past 2 seasons, he's not shown up consistently. So if and him playing he's been playing defense. He played defensive end last year and then the year before. So what do you contribute that to? Just him not showing up in big games, which I also do agree with, or is it a positional thing? Do you understand what I'm asking you? Because it's like
I do. But before I ask that, Danny Savage, have you spoke on Micah Parsons yet?
Here's my opinion with him at linebacker. With all due respect, last year
I'll get that question answered in a minute.
we could have had Ray Lewis and Mike Singletary at middle linebacker last year.
Right.
Linebackers are only as good as their defensive tackles in front of them.
right.
If your
right.
D tackles are not eating up the blocks and you got 330-pound guards on you every game, I don't care who you have at middle linebacker.
Right.
We've been getting gashed for years.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, see, like, I mean, I think Mike is too small to play full-time DN.
That's
I also think Michael wants no part of middle linebacker. He wants
agree.
no part of stopping the run.
No, I agree with you.
Inside the tackle box.
Yeah.
And now he's going to probably complain. What now? If Zimmer throws him to the middle, but maybe not, because they said they already designated him a defensive end. But now, if this year he plays 500 snaps at middle linebacker, you don't think Jerry's going to look next year to probably say, "Oh, well, hey, you're a linebacker now." And
Yeah,
now we're going to have a holdout and the whole 9 yards. So it's like,
yeah.
And I contribute him to him vanishing. I just think he wears down. He wears down a lot. He's vanished the last 3 years. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, the last 2 years. No, I 100% agree with that. Yeah.
So
I
here
think
it
his
is.
rookie season was his best, to be honest with you.
No, it was. Yeah.
You know why his rookie season was the best? Because he wasn't primarily a defensive end. They rotated him more at linebacker and defensive end. So to answer your question, Eshawn, the reason why he's wearing down towards the end of the season is because he's too small to be a full-time defensive end. But he doesn't have the capability up here between the eyes to play linebacker full-time. If you look at the tape, Micah's rookie year when he played linebacker, just look at the tape. His speed made up for his errors.
Yes, right.
And that's why Dan Quinn made him a full-time defensive end, 10% linebacker, 90% defensive end, because he don't have it between the eyeballs. Now, my whole thing with Micah Parsons is if you're going to keep him at defensive end because you can't trust him at linebacker, is he's a situational defensive end at this point.
Right.
And so he's only a second and long. He's only a third down guy. He can only get you 2 plays.
Right.
Per series, depending on the situation. If the only time if Micah wants to get paid, in my opinion, he has to add 25 pounds to his frame.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to help him be a full-time defensive end, because I don't think he has it between the eyes to play full-time linebacker. That's why I'm against him playing linebacker, is because his speed made up the errors. Anybody got any rebuttal to that?
Yes.
Well, I agree with you on that. Oh, go ahead, OG.
So wait a minute. You said that you don't like Micah playing linebacker?
Right. I don't want Micah playing linebacker. He don't have it between the eyeballs to play linebacker.
You don't lie to you. You're lying to yourself.
No.
You're lying to this scheme, dog. He's just too. You can't game plan with him at linebacker. You cannot scheme on him when he's playing linebacker. You can't scheme on him. On defensive line, you can chip him always with a tight end or running back, or you can chop block him. The same thing you see in these playoff runs. He looks good flashing with maybe a sack here, one or 2 sacks a game, but that's it. That's it. The best thing you can get out of him is playing linebacker. Get your money's worth out of him is have him play linebacker, shoot the gap. He's more effective standing up with the blitz because he don't know where he's coming from the outside over here or the outside over here or the middle of the field. So that's what you got to understand, that we don't need him at defensive end anymore. We're done with that. Write that off. Write that off like a bad check. The reason why I say write that off is because we need to stop the run this year.
Why do you feel like Micah playing linebacker helps you stop the run? Answer that for me?
Because of his tackle ability and getting to the ball, and you cannot scheme for him like that. You got Overshaw and you got Micah, and then you maybe have Clark or drop another a linebacker, or bring in a good linebacker that can help out to replace Clark, and so you can tackle. We need for his attacking ability. We need him. He need to get at least 11 to 12 to 15 tackles a game.
I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to stamp it.
So that's how I feel about that.
If you put Micah at middle linebacker full time,
or a weak
he's
side,
not going to be the same.
He's going to wear down even faster. Because let's be honest, the chip block is nothing new.
Exactly.
It used to be they used to get chopped below the knee. Now they get it hit up top. DeMarcus Ware, how many times did he get chipped? How many times did Charles Haley get chipped? Micah stops throwing the middle of the play if he gets held. He's holding his hands up in the air. He stops.
No.
Yeah.
But now put him, listen, unless we go out and get 370-pound zero techs, you put Micah at middle linebacker, and he has to deal with 2 330-pound guards crashing on him every single play, plus making the tackle. He's going to wear down even faster.
And that's what we're working on. We're working on the defensive line. We probably are going to get those 300 and, we're going to go linemen like Baltimore Ravens. Like maybe we can snag one of those guys or snag a guy from Tennessee, somebody with some manpower that can go out there and help stop the run. But we will get those guys. Free agency is on the 11th. We will see if this team wants to go to the Super Bowl.
But what money
we have? No money.
What money do we have?
We had to switch Zach Martin's contract around and pay him his whole contract as a signing bonus just to get even. I mean, everyone's expecting dollars.
What you're saying is we don't have no money.
I don't see us signing any free agents. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see him signing anybody.
No, I agree. And
is that because of Dak's contract, or that had anything to do with it?
They'll free up more money, but Michael Gallup's money you ain't going to see till June 2nd.
Yeah.
Shit.
But here's the thing.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
They free up more money. Would you even want to play with Terrence Steele's contract at this point, or just keep it the way it is?
I would.
I don't want to keep kicking money down the road, bro.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. And I mean, to your point, Savage, I don't think he even wants to play middle linebacker. So I mean, because he would have. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you to a point, but
he's no good at defensive end.
I agree with you to a point, but I don't think he even wants to play middle linebacker.
And I agree with you 100%. You know why?
It's not what you want. It's not what we
after football. He's already thinking about what network he's going to work for in their booth.
It's not what he wants. It's what we need. We got our asses handed to him. When we play Green Bay, I don't know what was going on with that defense. But if I got a man over there, you heard me? With glasses on, with shades on, he put shades on over there, and he clowned us.
No, I agree with you.
Shades on and ran for 200-something yards, and then he clowned us over there on the sideline. I'm not seeing that no more. You ain't putting no shades on against me this year.
Yeah, but that's been happening for 3 years. San Fran ran all over us. Arizona ran all over us.
Yeah. What's been happening?
Listen, we'd have beat the Lions.
Yeah.
The Lions beat themselves. If the Lions just would have stuck to the running game, they would have torn us apart. But Dan Campbell,
Prescott would have stuck to the running game, we would have won the game. That's what happened.
Let me ask you.
If Dan Campbell didn't go for a 2-point conversion three times in a fucking row,
let me ask you this: let me ask you this: do you trust Micah at linebacker or defensive end?
Defensive end.
I knew you were going to say that.
Destroyed Micah that game.
This is why. But I just said it, OG. Micah don't have it between the eyes to play linebacker full time. Watch his rookie tape, OG. You watch 22. Watch Micah Parsons' rookie year, dog. His speed made up for his bad play.
Okay, now if they play him at defensive end, what do you want around him?
I want another defensive end there on the other side of it.
Are you saying by Sam?
Right, and I really think Zimmer and Sam Williams can have a really good. Sam Williams is not playing special teams next year. Right, Zimmer is not going to let Sam Williams play special teams. So Sam Williams is going to primarily focus on his pass rush ability. And under Mike Zimmer, you can see, and there are going to be no more stunts. It's going to be your job is this gap. Your job is outside containment. Your job is to get sacks. You're not going to see a lot of stunts under Zimmer's system. That's also going to help out Sam Williams. Right. But with Micah Parsons, though, maybe 25 was too much. Maybe
25 snaps?
No, 25 pounds.
Pounds.
Maybe he needs to add 15 more pounds, whether that's muscle, a little bit of fat, or a mixture of both.
Wait a minute,
Because
so, put on 20, so he's saying he need to put on 20 more pounds to keep playing
25 more
defensive
to
pounds.
keep playing defensive end. But
consistently. I don't think he's going to, but I mean,
I think that if Micah Parsons getting wear down, because he only had two and a half sacks the last 7 games.
the last 7 games.
So that means he was wearing down, right?
But this is
So
happening.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I think you need to make him situational where he's only going in 2nd and long, 3rd and long. That's the only time Micah Parsons should be playing defensive end, and that's just my opinion because the data shows that he can't handle 600 snaps.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you trust the linebacker position right now?
No.
Why?
And I don't trust Micah playing linebacker.
I don't trust him playing
Why?
linebacker.
Why?
To be honest.
He don't have it between.
He doesn't.
You turn
because
on.
we got a bunch of safeties and undersized linebackers.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this: can he tackle?
I haven't seen him tackle.
I haven't seen him tackle.
When did he tackle? You love avoiding this question. Y'all love avoiding.
What do you mean?
Y'all avoid the question. We need a hit machine out there. We need a hit machine.
And you think Micah Parsons
just like Ray Lewis? We need a hit machine. Bringing you 2 defensive big tackles in there, along with your Mozzie to go in and out. You guys still got to figure out what you're going to do with Golston and those other young guys. Golston need his snaps, so Sam need his snaps, and Golston need his snaps.
Don't be shocked. You see Golston get traded to like a Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
He's not going to get
Golston's
traded.
a 5 tech.
If we trade it, we need some picks for him.
Check this out. 2021, his rookie year, he had 64 solo tackles. 2022, he had 42 solo tackles. 2023, he had 36 solo tackles.
Yeah.
That line, which way? Defensive end rookie year or linebacker?
Linebacker last 2 years.
Defensive end last 2 years.
Defensive end last 2 years.
No, this rookie season, where did he play?
He played both.
So did they divide that? Did they cut that up? How many he
had 20 assists, 64 solo, totaling 84 total tackles at linebacker.
That's exactly
how many?
Point. It's like
how many
84 total tackles at linebacker.
There you go.
That was linebacker.
There you go.
But he was still primarily defensive end because he still got 13 sacks.
I know we need a hitter. You need to set him down and say, hey man, I'm sorry, but we need your production linebacker. We need you to come up and hit. You can cover tight end, you can cover the linebacker, the running back out the backfield, but we need a tackle. I just don't trust Clark. So, because he's not physical. We saw that last year. So, we need to sort this linebacker position up, or we're gonna have trouble again at stopping his run.
I agree with that. I'm just saying that, but my only point is, I agree with you, OG, as far as having him play strictly defensive end. I'm against that. That's why I'm saying have him be a hybrid between both. So to where I concur with corners that on, let's just say a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 16, or like a 12 and 15 or something like that.
Right.
Him playing defensive end in those scenarios makes sense.
I'm fine with that.
But like on a 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, not. And that's where I'm with you. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying like have him be between the both is what I'm saying.
So
that may work. Yeah, that might work.
Those rookie stats I just read off. Yes, VTP. He made more plays when he was rotating. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe OG just sold me.
You know what? When you see a game like the Green Bay Packers, man, you get ran all over. Do you see a game? You can see a game like Buffalo, you get ran all over. And you can see Seattle, you getting ran all over. It doesn't make any sense, man. These guys are scared to hit. You got to figure out. Zimmer has said, "Look, I need some dogs. I need guys that want. I'm gonna draft some guys that want to tackle. I don't want to see Lewis. I don't want to see Gilmore. I don't want to see Curse. I don't care if Curse played with him a long time ago.
No, Curse gone.
Curse.
Okay. Well, and then it's Clark. You're on the hot seat. Because they're gonna do. Well, let's see what Zimmer is all about this year. We're gonna try to run at them. We're gonna try to run at them.
Yeah.
And we still stop the run. We can stop the pass all day. But if you want to beat us and then run the ball and you want to chew clock, you know, because I don't want to say, oh, well, if we, you know what, we know what I don't want. I don't want us to say our defense sucks. So if they bring Dak back, well, you know, I want them to be, you know what, I want this is what I want. I want them to be like, hey, our defense was not the problem this year. Right. Then you will find out the truth will come to light. The defense was not the problem this year. It was Dak Prescott or some other offense on the offense. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. Once you fix this run and fix this defense, then you put everything on Mike McCarthy. Look, either you're gonna run, you're gonna run with Dak, or you're gonna go with Trey Lance or a rookie quarterback. If you fix the defense, the same thing San Francisco did. They fixed their defense. They fixed it, and then when they said, okay, well, they left it up to the offense. Shanahan is on the hot seat now. They fixed their defense. They done had 2 and 3 guys come through on San Francisco. They fixed their run defense and they pass defense. So San Francisco could not score points to beat Kansas City, and could not score points against Philly to beat Philly to go to the Super Bowl. So everybody's fixing their defense. Let's fix our defense. And then if we can see if Dak Prescott is, so everybody can quit saying he can get us there.
He can't get us there. He can't get us there.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Since we're going back to a traditional 4-3.
Yeah.
Would you take Randy Gregory back for a year?
No.
I wouldn't know. Would you?
Yeah, I'll bring him in. Yeah, rotational. Yeah.
It's a very weak edge class.
Right.
In the draft.
Yeah.
Very, very weak edge class.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring him in for a little bit, even though if it's off the field issues with the weed and all that, he's cleaned up. He hasn't got no trouble. So
they don't even test for it anymore.
They don't test for it anymore.
Oh, really?
He can smoke and eat as many.
Oh, well,
10,000 edibles a day.
I guess that's why Sam Williams was out there fucking up there, huh? He was high as tight. He run right into the goddamn play. I'm gonna smoke before the game, man.
So I watched the Super Bowl, Danny Savage, and I didn't see the same Randy Gregory that I seen the Randy Gregory that left Dallas to go to Denver.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's why Denver got rid of him also too.
Yeah. So I think if we get Randy Gregory here, I think it's more of a camp body than it is a difference maker. And at this moment in time, I'm tired of camp bodies.
Right.
On the defense side of the ball. That's why I would rather bet on Sam Williams than a Randy Gregory.
Right.
No, who would you? But now I want to ask one more question. Who would you rather bet on at defensive end, Golston or Gregory?
Gregory.
Yeah.
I thought the Golston pick, I was scratching my head. I'm like, I was a 3-4 team. Why are we drafting a 3-4 defensive end?
Right.
I mean, if he's a 5-top.
I thought Golston was going to be a Tyron Crawford type that could play end and middle. When I seen Golston, I was like, this is our Tyron Crawford replacement.
Right.
I think we've moved him around too much. Where we've done him a disservice, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that.
No, I like that question though, Danny. That was a good question.
Yeah, that was a good question.
So what wrap this thing up? But go ahead, OG. Go ahead.
So what do we so the draft is it 27 days away, maybe 34 days away, something like that?
23rd, 24th, 25th of April.
Okay, so
long ways away.
Yeah, that's a long ways away.
How do y'all feel about what position that we need to really attack in this draft? How y'all feel about that?
Lineman.
Line and linebacker.
Trenches. Trent. Yeah. As crazy as it is, it's trenches on both sides.
Yeah.
We need 2 linebackers.
Right.
Yeah.
We need a entire running back room.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We have more needs than draft picks. That's the problem.
Right.
But y'all, you know what? I'm focused on the secondary. You know, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me again. I wouldn't be surprised their first pick would be DB. I'm sorry.
I would be shocked.
I would be very shocked.
I just don't trust Diggs coming back healthy on that leg, and Gilmore coming back, and those guys.
I said it last week.
I hear you.
Kool-Aid's there at 24.
We need
of
to.
his injury.
What we need to do. We need to stay young in the secondary. They had young guys out there running right past us in the secondary for Green Bay.
Right.
And
those were mental errors.
And we
Those were blown coverages.
Those were blown wide.
They were blown coverages, but still, y'all. If we need to still sew that up, because Lewis, I'm sorry, Curse, I'm sorry, Gilmore, I'm sorry, no, stay young in the secondary to come, because we already our meat up front when we get our line fixed. Our linebacker and our meat up front on defensive tackle and all that defense, our secondary needs to be sold up. Or if not, we're going to get beat like that again. So we got to be careful. So let's stay young, because that's how we compete with the San Frans and the Green Bays and those guys and the Detroit. And the Detroits, because they're going to really come to try to get us this year. So we got to compete with those fast guys. So stay young in the secondary. That's what I wouldn't be surprised. I hope that first pick is a DB. I hope
I'd
so.
be surprised if it was, though. I'd be surprised if they go DB first round. I'll be honest.
I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope so.
I hope that DB can play left tackle.
we can get him. We can
I
get
hope
left
he can
tackle
snap the ball and play left tackle.
We can get him left tackle in the second round.
Left tackles don't fall off.
They don't fall off
We
trees.
had a left tackle, but that's what Corner said, that we had a guy from North Carolina.
But do you think they're going to badmouth their own draft picks?
Of course. Yeah.
No, it was a tackle that we got from North Carolina. Came in and played.
Great player. He's the next superstar. He gets anointed before he ever plays a down.
Before he plays a snap.
I wouldn't be shocked if Austin Richards never even plays for Dallas. He was a decent pass blocker, horrible run blocker. And the word that I got was people were horrified what they saw of him in camp.
Really?
Why don't you think it's kind of comical that two undrafted free agents played over him?
Right.
And
Hoffman and Bass.
regardless if you put Brock Hoffman at center and TJ Bass at guard, you still got to go out and draft two offensive linemen, because that leaves us with zero depth then.
Right. Yeah.
So we're not bringing back.
So either way, you
Tyron's
have
out
to
of here.
go out and get two offensive linemen.
Smith is gone.
Smith is gone. So what you're saying, you want to draft the offensive tackle first round? Okay.
That's me. I'm going
about
offensive.
Well,
I'm going left tackle or center. Personally, I'm going in no particular order. I'm going left tackle and center first two rounds.
Yeah.
Well, what, they can't bring in a free agent tackle to bring in and coming in help, or no?
You ain't getting any free agent left tackle that's worth their weight in salt.
Yeah. Free agents
for less than $20 million.
Yeah. Free agents, it's not going to happen. Yeah. No, I agree with Savage. When I'm going to go trenches both ways, then linebacker and then running back. But I mean, like you said, man, I mean, we have more needs than fucking draft picks. Shit.
Wait a minute. So ain't playing DB? Ain't that in the trenches too? Sound like y'all are just minusing that out.
There's business decisions to be made when it comes to DBs.
Sound like that y'all like throwing DB on the curve. It's curve to me.
But
yeah.
It's not that. It's like the blueprint is you're supposed to build from the inside out. Trenches first, then you build outwards. Dallas, let's be honest. Besides Tyler Smith, we've allowed this offensive line to get old and decrepit.
Yeah,
Jim Brown.
You have avoided it.
Jim Brown could have been running the ball last year, and he would have been getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
What good is going out and getting Derrick Henry? He's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Exactly. We had no Tyler Badass is horrible. We had no running up the middle. Pollard never should have got $10 million.
No.
Our front office plays checkers when other front offices play chess. You're going to see Tony Pollard. You're going to see him get offered like $2-3 million this year on the free agent market.
Maybe we'll find out. We'll find out. We may re-sign him. We'll find out more though.
He should pay us.
He
should pay us to play.
Yeah, fuck.
We're going to re-sign him?
The lack of productivity last year? Are you kidding me? Shit.
Well, you
Nah.
still got job. You
I'd
still
give
got
it the
Jacobs
veterans
out there.
minimum. veteran minimum. Sorry.
No, Tony Pollard's lack of productivity this past year. Shit.
Ishan,
He won the lottery. He got 10 million for
What's
1
going
year.
on,
He's
man?
good. That's
what's your final words,
That's
man? Thanks for
generational
coming on.
wealth.
What's
What's
my
your final
word?
words, Ishan?
No, nothing, man. I'm just, we still have a lot of fucking work to do this off season, man. A lot of work to do. So, I'm scared. I'll be honest, very, very pessimistic about next season, but let's hope they prove us wrong. Shit, that's all we can hope for.
Oh crap! Hold on, this ain't the this ain't the final word. Brando, thank you for reminding me. What do you think of the hybrid kickoff proposals? So everybody is basically like 5 yards across from each other.
Okay.
Nobody can. So when they kick off the ball, nobody moves till the ball's caught, but they're like on the other side of the 50, like they're
Fucking
close
stupid.
to the ball
Fucking
carrier.
Oh wow.
It's basically like they were getting the ball, I think, at the 40 or some shit. Fucking ridiculous, man.
So
Well,
basically, they want to eliminate injuries, eliminate hits,
No,
But still make big plays. But they still want big plays. They don't want the kickoff to be a dead play. So what this is going to do is potentially like a Turpin who has that speed.
yeah.
He can go through there, cut the hole, and then bam, he's gone. They don't want that just to be a revolving door play. They want some plays to happen out of it because there's way too many touchbacks happening on those plays, and I don't want them to get rid of it because and I don't even want them to get rid of preseason games because that's where the underdog writes his story.
No,
And
of course.
so-
I love the
And so
preseason.
the
I love to
kickoff,
see guys play like
the
you normally
preseason
wouldn't.
games, I want the underdog to win. That's how Barry Church got here. That's how Romo got here. That's how Cole Beasley got here. There's Dwayne Harris. There's so many guys that made their spot off the special teams and made their spot off preseason, and they're making it harder for the underdog to write their story.
Right. No, I agree with that. No,
So,
I
what
thought-
anybody got anything to touch on the hybrid kickoff?
No, I thought it was fucking like I get it from a standpoint of the NFL wants to eliminate head contact, but that's the game, dude. Like, I mean, at this point, it's just like you're not giving. I thought it was stupid. I'll be honest, but I don't know.
They want to eliminate head contacts, but I guarantee you, within 5 years, you'll see an 18th game.
right.
Within 2 years, I think you will.
Yeah, man. Good lord, fuck.
Oh, all right. OG, last words.
Oh, last words, man. It's glad seeing you guys again. I'm just looking forward to, this free agency. Might not have much money, but we'll figure out what's going on, what they can do. We'll see if this team is really about trying to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm just tired of talking about, Dak, and I'm tired of talking about Parson. It's time for those guys to either
Just play.
step up or move the hell on out. So man. I want to see some fresh meat at quarterback. I want to see what they can do. And if a guy's a bust, the guy's a bust, but then you bring somebody in that can still help. But so I'm looking forward to the free agency. I'm looking forward to this week. So, I'm gonna see how serious they are, when it comes down to the draft. So in the coming weeks, we'll probably touch on that a little bit more. But I gotta do a little bit more. I may look at a couple DBs and maybe some linebackers or defense, and running backs, and maybe throw a couple names out there and doing the show. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm excited, for what's going on now, but I'm okay with Zimmerman. We'll find out more.
I love that hat, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I made you bigger so I can see that hat.
Which Rocky is
I'm
that?
okay with Zimmerman, but I'm gonna find out more about him, what he can do with this defense. But yeah, I'm kind of excited, but I'm still on the fence. We'll find out more. But hope everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy your families. And enjoy your time alone. Go to work this weekend. Have a good week. A blessed week, and see what they do this week. See if the Cowboys are really, serious about getting to the board. I'm trying to separate myself from them right now. Even though we're talking about them, but I done had it with this team. So I done had it with this team. I'm still like, okay, what where do we go? We brought back Mike McCarthy. So that may be a wash. I don't know. We don't have a coach that will get in a player's face. If you like CeeDee Lamb, you come over and get in my face when I'm not doing something right. If I drop the ball, if I ran the wrong route, but you do not go over and get in Dak's face when he throws 2 and 3 picks during the game, and then blows the game for you. I'm going to see more of that, hold him more accountable. But if Mike McCarthy needs to go this year, if he can't develop Trey Lance, if he can't do anything with the offense, but we'll see. I love this team. I love this team, and I hate this team, but I love them right now. I love some of the moves that they're doing. And I'm going to find out more about them though this coming this weekend and this coming off season. But yeah, that's my final words.
Thanks for coming on, OG.
Yeah.
The draft guru, Danny Savage. Thanks for coming on. Second week in a row. Hope to see you back next week. What's your last words?
Last words, like OG was saying, man, everyone just have a great week. God bless everybody. I'm just going to be sick studying with the draft, trying to find my sleepers for day 3.
Yes.
I ain't got much hope for free agency.
Neither do I. I'm with you, man.
Right. No.
See you guys next weekend, man.
All right. Here's my final words, man. Here's my final words. Let me do it. I wish OG would have stayed.
The fucking glasses are back.
Listen.
What's up with the Rocky playing nonstop?
I know, man. The fucking which Rocky was that, man? Was it?
That's Rocky 3.
Yeah, right.
Tom France. Dak Prescott's agent, I'm talking to you. I want you to know Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the National Football League, Todd France. I want you to call up Jerry Jones, and I want you to say, we got the best quarterback, and you're treating them unfairly, and I want to waive the no-trade clause. Will you waive it, Jerry? And Jerry, I want you to waive this no-trade clause, Jerry, because Todd France, you got the best quarterback in the National Football League. And I want you to go seek this trade. And Dak Prescott's so good, he will warrant 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 4 mid-round picks, whether that's 3rd, 4th, or 5th. And that could be delivered this year, next year, and the year after that, Todd France. That's how good your quarterback is. And that's how good the quarterback you're representing is.
He's so good, I don't want
I want you to tell Jerry, we want to seek a trade today because Todd France, you got the best quarterback on the market.
Well, he's so good, I don't want him on this fucking team anymore. Fucking.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. See you guys next Saturday or any other day. I'll let you know. Keep the notification bell on. Click the like on the way out, guys. Yeah. Cowboy Nation, are you in the Cowboys Corner? Peace.